Welcome to Morning Joe with Tom, with your host, Thomas Chappell. Get ready to listen to real-life stories from inspiring leaders who have overcome incredible challenges to rise to the occasion. If you're ready to add some pep to your morning with a new outlook on leadership, then grab your cup of coffee. It's time to be inspired. Here's your host, Thomas Chappell.
Hey, Luke. Good seeing you again.
Hey, Thomas. Good afternoon. Good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you. I think last time we saw each other was at Goldman Sachs during our final days there.
That was about a year ago. Yeah, in New York City.
Yeah.
On site at Goldman Sachs headquarters in New York City. Yeah, right about a year ago.
Yeah, right about a year ago. Yeah. So I've been hearing good things. A lot of good business activity going on. So
thank you.
For my listeners, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your company?
Sure. Yeah, thanks. So Luke Vasold, the CEO and founder of LRB Group. I've been running this company for a little over 5 years now, and we provide services for customers around enterprise systems, ERP systems, and all client-side consulting support for implementations, support after, so optimization after go live, so post-production services around a variety of different ERP systems, Workday, SAP, and then other enterprise systems, Salesforce, ServiceNow, UKG, but all client-side consulting support.
Okay. All right, cool. So what brought you to serve others in the way that you do today?
Good question. So I've always been in, let's say, a service type role, working in account management, account delivery, strategic client partner roles like that, working with customers, working with new clients, and just building and leading teams of people. Really liked it. Got to work with people and solve problems and get to meet, just build great relationships and meet all tons of diverse type of people and businesses, and just really enjoyed it, and just stuck with it, and here I am today. But just really started with kind of being in that sales account management role, and just really offering service and delivering on that service day in, day out, and building strong relationships with people has brought me here and kept me here.
Wow, so it's relationships and commitment is what I'm hearing, and the love to solve puzzles.
Yeah,
all
relationships, right. Commitments, and the love to solve puzzles and problems, and do it day after day after day.
Yeah. So what are some of those most critical challenges that leaders face that your solutions help solve for them?
Yeah, this day and age is definitely people, right? Everybody struggles to find good people. We're implementing new systems, and how do we do that successfully? And we know that we can't implement new systems, really can't do anything without good teams, without good people, without expertise. So that's what we do, is help people find those teams, find those people, and and build those teams. So it's just all about people and talents, and the day and age that we're in right now, it's just really hard to find that. So us coming in to provide a real white glove service that can provide results immediately. Companies buy these software systems like Workday, and they need expertise to help them implement it, to help them support it. And if they can't do that, they can't find those people, then they really struggle to successfully deliver on these massive projects and these massive transformations that they go through. And we're the bridge and the gap, the bridge and the team to help them come over that gap.
Okay. So is it safe to say then that your value proposition is the level of expertise that you bring to bear through your people, the continuous training and evolving of teams to do more and be even more competent as you go along?
That's fair to say. That's fair to say. And these organizations spend millions of dollars on software, and helping with a lot of the day-to-day work that has to happen for these projects projects to be successful. So you think the program and project management, you think the integrations and the testing and data conversion and the reporting and all those key elements of a system transformation. But what comes along with that too is change, the change and the training as well, for a large organization of any industry, whether it's a commercial industry or government or education or healthcare. There's always a big change component of being on a system for 15, 20, 25 years and changing that. So, that's also a big piece of it, a big component to think about as well as the change and training. And then just let alone the hands-on things that have to happen to make that transition over a 1 to 2 year period, sometimes even longer, to this new system. So really thinking about and mapping out all those parts and, being strategic in the right talent and the right personalities, the right skill set that you bring on to help you along through that journey. It's very important.
So how are you helping your customers be a little more strategic as the leader of the company? I mean, I'm sure there are times that customers get lost. I mean, migrations, transformations, moving from, paper to digital was a headache enough, but nowadays moving from physical spaces to digital spaces can be scary for people. So explain a little bit more on that, if you don't mind.
Yeah. I'll give you a prime example. There's a large healthcare system that we're helping right now, about 25, 30,000 employees here in the southeast of the US. So I'm in North Carolina, but they're in the southeast, so not too far from me. And they implemented this Workday system for core functions of their business. So human capital management, so all the HCM areas, payroll, finance, supply chain. And we're in there today helping them with all of the sustainment, so post go live support and sustaining and optimizing the system. We've got a team of 36 people there helping them today across a lot of areas of just configuring and optimizing the system for their business cases and business processes, and just making sure that they're off to a good standing and a good start for sustaining and scalability of the system. A lot of change management was in picture too that we helped with, so training and change management. And then as they sustain and get more stabilized in the system, they're able to kind of scale in a lot of other business activities like acquisitions, which we're also helping them with. That's just one use case, one example. Many customers like them across various industries. That one was healthcare. There's others that are in the commercial space, and really the same thing, whether they're implementing a new system or we're there supporting them, but just helping them connect those dots and find the right people to do these things that they need to do.
Well, I can definitely see the high value that you bring there, because I mean, for one thing, it's tough to bring teams together to implement something like that from inside, especially if at the end you don't need to retain as many people of that speciality that you have. So it just makes sense a bit for them to kind of come to you on that. So speaking towards that end, how could someone reach out to you to get more information on how that you could possibly serve them, or even just ask questions of what it looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. LinkedIn's a great place, so they can connect with me on LinkedIn, send me a message. I'm always happy to connect with others, help others, talk to others. I've got a saying in life that I learned from a VP of sales that I worked with about 8 years ago, and one of the best VP of sales I've ever had the pleasure to work with. And he said, if you're willing to ask the right questions, you can learn anything from anybody. So have as many conversations as you like. Of course, there's not a limited time, but I firmly believe if you're willing to talk to people and ask good questions, you can learn a lot. So LinkedIn's a great place to reach me. Happy to have conversations, happy to chat. Our website is lrbgroup.net. So you can connect with me there and learn more about us and the services we offer and how we help.
Well, that's outstanding. And I will be sure to put that in the show notes of the podcast. So as a closing remark, Luke, I want to give you a chance to kind of speak to speak to the listener one more time here
Okay.
before we say goodbye. So what would you share with them today?
Well, there's a lot of things I could share. I guess in the spirit of leadership, the two things that really resonate with me and that I think about a lot as I think about leadership, just in leading teams, leading just leadership overall, leadership and mindset. But it's doing what you say you're going to do, right? If you say you're going to do something, stick to it, stick to your word. Of course, we all know the importance of showing up on time. And the other really important thing I've seen in just business, of course, this applies to leadership, but just business is under promise and over deliver, right? A lot of us know expectation setting and expectations. We know how long things are going to take us to accomplish, to do. And, if you know something's going to take you a week to complete, say it's going to take you 2 weeks, and that way you finish in a week and you've under promised and over delivered. So I think that's a big piece of advice: is under promise, over deliver, do what you say you're going to do, and of course, show up on time.
Well, Luke, I really enjoyed our conversation, and I thank you for adding so much value to our listeners. And for all you listeners out there, I will be sure to add all of this information to the show notes. And with that, Luke, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Okay, thanks for having me, Thomas. Great to connect again, and look forward to absolutely coming back.
Absolutely. You will be back. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Morning Joe with Tom. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss an episode. See you next time for more real-life stories and inspiration on Morning Joe with Tom.